those who were injured over the weekend, Lord, or their family members that grieve their loss. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let's call this meeting to order. Les,
Yes, sir.
you can come to the gauntlet there.
Oh, the gauntlet. All right. Put me in the hot chair. A couple things I'd like to visit with y'all about. We have a transient tax in Ottawa County now. When was that implemented and who all voted for that? Was it before you two came on, I'm assuming?
No.
It was after.
Okay.
It was in the works, but we finally got it finalized,
Hey, Tammy, would you shut that off?
probably March or April. I
Okay.
think we've received 2 or 3 quarters is all, so it probably been.
Okay. So some of the questions I have is, for one thing, my wife and I own the Mill Street Inn.
Oh,
We were never notified by it until the Kansas Department of Revenue got after us for not taking care of this, okay? That's unacceptable in my eyes. If you all voted for it, y'all need to make sure it's taken care of. I'd like to know, how much revenue do you think you're getting from this?
Don't know.
I mean,
It's not a lot.
there's 2 motel, yeah, there's us and the motel, and all it's done is add a bunch of stuff to us to take care of.
Well, I was the understanding that people that run hunting lodge and so forth in the outlying areas of the county would be applicable to that transit tax too.
Okay, so if that's the case, what is the hunting lodge and what is the Mill Street Inn and the Rock City Motel? What are we gaining out of that? Because we're the ones that have to take care of it, and no other business in Ottawa County does. So what are we gaining out of that? It makes the tax in Ottawa County on this 13.5%. And we have a lot of people complain about it because we're already 8.5% sales tax, then they put 5% transient tax on top of it.
oh, it's not 5%.
That's what they told us
Is
at
that,
the
is
Kansas.
it 5%?
Yes,
No.
it's 5% and Kansas keeps 2% and Ottawa County gets 3%.
That was
That's the
not-
way the lady explained it to Barb and I on the phone here a while back.
Are you able to find what we approved, but through the minutes real quick?
And see if there's a resolution that you guys signed.
Yeah.
Do Airbnbs have to do this?
Yes. Well, as we were told,
And-
and you
and-
guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but they said that they would reach out and everybody would be notified. There shouldn't be any.
Who would reach out?
The state would.
Yeah.
Well, they did after they told us we were in arrears and they wanted us to go back and repay all this stuff. And we argued with them enough that they finally let it go. And they said, no, but from now on you have to take care of it. But people complain about it. I mean, because Barb makes an invoice and then, okay, here's sales tax 8.5%, and then this transient tax is 5%, so it's 13.5%. That's a lot.
That was not my understanding, it was gonna be 5% less. That hit me by surprise.
Well, that's what that's what they told us we had to do.
Okay.
And they said they were keeping 2% of it,
Yeah.
and then Ottawa County gets 3%.
Okay.
Do you have anything on it, Tammy?
Not quick enough. This would probably be something you want to discuss since it was done with the county attorney. You guys can check with him and see
Yeah.
what the details are.
Yeah.
I'd have to go through all the minutes to find it, and I don't remember what time frame to do that.
It certainly wasn't my intention to put 5% sales, 5% tax on you.
Right. Well, I mean, we ultimately have to pass it on.
Yeah.
There's no, and then people complain about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have it in Cloud County, I don't know. But people complain, well, that's an awful lot. And we've had people not stay because of that. So I don't know if Saline County, they probably do with all their motels and all that. I don't know about Cloud and I don't know about Mitchell and all that, but there's 2 motels here. I mean, there's the Mill Street Inn, it has 4 rooms, and then I don't know what the Rock City has. So it cannot be that big of a money thing for Ottawa County. And then like I said, we're the ones that have to take care of it, and I see that we get absolutely nothing out of it. We don't get any advertisement from the county. What do we get for it? And we're the only ones that have to do it. So if hunting lodges, that's gonna be Griffin, so there's 3.
I think at one time we tried to get a list of places that it would affect, what, to kind of get an idea what the revenue would be.
I would appreciate it if y'all would've let us know that, hey, this is in the works, you might wanna come talk to us about it, and nobody did.
Well, according to the spreadsheet on kansasrevenue.gov, we are collecting 5%, Cloud is collecting 5%, Dickinson is collecting 5%. I don't see Saline on this list.
It may be done to the city, so if you guys remember, if the cities already have one, the county can't.
Oh, I
If
see.
the city owns it, it might be a city.
Yeah, these are all the counties that are listed. To be honest, I think it was just from a county standpoint, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was just a revenue source where somebody outside the county would assist with our tax base. You as the one who has to collect it, I understand you're in a different position, but we saw it kind of like the sales tax, and that the hopes of a sales tax is that people have other people other than Ottawa County contribute to our tax base. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, it does, but people complain about it, and it's an awful lot. And you're telling me you voted for this, and you don't even know what you voted for. You didn't even know it was 5%.
Well, it's kind of caught off guard here. I mean, usually it takes a little time to find stuff on what it is. I mean,
Well, yeah, but
I know that right
Scott,
off the
that
top
should have
of your
been
head.
known before y'all voted on it. I mean, he said he doesn't wanna did not wanna, that was not his understanding and not his intention to put that on us. But it is, y'all voted for it.
Salina is a 7.75%.
Gee, Minnie Christmas.
And the Star District as well. So it's, I guess what I'm just trying to say is the ones next to us all, looks like most of the counties adjacent to us also have it at that same rate.
Well, it seems like an awful lot, and we don't have to act like every other county, and I still would like to know what the businesses that are taking care of it get out of it. What is the Mill Street Inn? We don't get any advertising or anything. What do we get in, what do we get out of it? And we have to do the work. You don't, but y'all voted for it. But we have to do the work. My wife does, I don't, sorry, but,
It's kind of like a sales tax, though. Every merchant has to collect sales tax,
Okay.
What do they get out of that?
okay, what does every merchant do that we don't, that added to them that we don't have to take care of?
What, explain that again?
What other businesses, or what other taxes and stuff do other businesses do that we don't have to do? Now, we have to take care of 2, and they only have to take care of 1.
Well, they'd be taking care of city and county.
So do
sales
we.
tax. Yeah. But then,
So do we.
yeah,
I think you need to relook at that. I'd like to know how much revenue you receive from it.
Well, it was supposed to be.
We don't have to do what every other county does. That's my point.
but we need revenue.
I understand that.
Times are tight,
I understand that. 8.5 sales tax is a lot of revenue there.
not in Ottawa County.
it's a lot, but there's not a
Yeah.
lot, is what he meant.
Well,
Yeah, true.
so you add it to our business and not everybody else's. That's how I look at it. I mean, I don't know how you would look
Let's
at it.
change
and-
it. I mean, it's,
And
I understand that you think
And
that not, that we shouldn't do everything that everybody else does, but it's pretty much a given everywhere you go. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's true.
Well-
We have hardly,
I'm surprised y'all didn't know it was 5%, and
well,
y'all voted for
I
it.
thought it was 3.
Yeah.
Because that's what I thought we were
That's
getting,
what we get.
yeah.
But But then you said the state tacked on too?
Yeah, the state takes 2% of it and you all get 3.
Yeah. I didn't realize
To
the
me,
state
that's,
was
to
gonna
me,
ride
that,
on it.
to me, if you're gonna do it, you figure out how to do it in a county-based deal to where your county gets it all.
Yeah, I don't, I
Well,
don't
we
think
can't
you do
negotiate
that.
that,
So-
with the- there's no negotiating with the state, so.
And I really thought people were gonna reach out to you guys as landowner, or as people, business
Sure.
owners. And I thought that was gonna happen, that you would be aware of it, instead of the state telling you. That just doesn't make sense.
Well, I think y'all ought to rethink it a little bit and look at it.
Okay.
So, if you would, please. Okay, another thing I have. Our road and bridges are in very, very, very much disarray, I guess you could call it. The road and bridge department works 4 days a week, and I know they work 10 hours a day. But you take this week, they're not gonna get very much done. If they do it, if it doesn't rain anymore, they'll upgrade some roads Wednesday and Thursday probably. They're not gonna work Friday. I feel like give them some overtime, or you have to do some, get rid of this 4-day work week and go back to a 5.
I said last week, if they weren't able to get over the roads by Thursday, that they needed to keep working. Now, whether they did or not, I don't know, I didn't
Right.
stand there and watch them, but that's what I told them last
They
week.
had been working some overtime, I do know that, I've talked to Chris, and he said they had been working on Friday. I called him, apologized for talking to him on his day off about business, and he said, no, we've been here on Friday. Said we're trying to get caught up, so they are.
That's
Okay.
one thing that I have told them that they had to do.
Yeah.
Good, cause it, I mean, and this is not their
Now,
fault.
whether they did, I need, I'll be honest with you, I was out and about a lot on Friday or Saturday and Sunday, and I could have been working Sunday too, for all that matters to me, and Saturday, because it's terrible in a lot of places.
It is, and it's not,
I mean,
and it's
it's
not
not-
their fault, it's a weather thing.
Right,
I mean,
it's a
we
whole
got 20
county.
inches of rain and
The thing about it is, it started out just being the south part of the county.
I have a
Now
question.
Now it's all,
Do you all ever get together and go to different, do you know what's going on in his district, and do you know what the road's like in her district, and do you all get together and go do that?
well, we can't get together and go do that.
Why? Because it's a
The
meeting?
law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kansas opened meetings.
Open meeting, yeah, okay, I ran
But
into that when I was on the school
I
board.
do travel the county
Okay.
a lot,
Okay,
and,
can 2 of you go?
Oh,
No,
that's a
still,
majority.
if
still
there
can't
were-
even go
if
2
there
of
were
you.
5 of us, maybe 2, that's still a little,
Right.
really, but.
When
Okay.
there's a bridge project or something
Then you
like
can
that,
go all day.
I drive over to wherever it is, the improvements being made to look at the bridge or the
Okay.
road or whatever. I
Mhm.
drove through Tescott last night to see
Yeah.
all these trees they said they were picking up.
Well, that's good. That's what I was asking is, I feel like, Carly, you should go to Scott's district and just take an hour or 2 drive and see what's going on over
Oh, I
there
do, and
and
then I
see what
get
the
mad at
country's
how
like.
nice
And
his roads are.
he's in the country more than anybody probably, I would, because he's out, he farms and he's out a lot. But I was wondering about things like that, and I was hoping that those guys could have some overtime or whatnot.
Well, I'm gonna make it more clear this week.
Okay,
I don't know, he's not on
He's,
here, but
he's
I'll
on
call him
today.
up. Because I mean, like I said, I was out Saturday, and then I went a lot of miles,
yeah.
and it don't
Well, it's a rough
you don't have to
deal.
go very far,
No,
to see, I mean, and it's every road, and not only is it every road, there's a patch of wheat on every little old road, and I seen some really, really bad spots, that
Yes.
need worked on bad.
if they have overtime, they won't be caught up by October.
No, I know it.
I mean, it's been a bad deal for them, there's no doubt about that. And
Right.
it's really hard for farmers to get around the country and do anything, as you know, and it's just, that's why I wanted to visit with you about that, and then the tax, that's all I got for you.
Thank you.
All right, would you please look at that and then,
You bet.
and
We'll
then
think
give me a
about
call or something like that, and let me know what you come up with?
that. Okay, will do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for stopping in.
later.
Dr. Stevens?
Yeah. Is it okay to, I left last time, and I went back and kind of watched, and I think Mr. Marshy had some questions with virtual learning that came up, and you'd said, I wish I hadn't left, and I apologize if I left early, but I was also kind of on to the next
Where's
thing.
that coming through at?
Where's
On
what?
his face. The light, over there, right there, look.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Through the blinds?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it might
Is
be my
everybody- no,
solar
no, it's-
panel up here that's
It's
causing that.
everybody that's,
So it's
you're
okay.
going the wrong way, going,
I'm,
Okay.
here, I can scoot back.
well, it's, everybody that sits there.
I got you, all right. I just thought
Carla's
maybe.
fault, because she comes in there and opens them during the week.
Well, it's probably my fault, cause I got this shiny head here, so,
There you go.
all right.
Put that
I don't,
extension cord and pull it out and put it in front of them or something there. There we go. Whatever, it didn't
I
help,
don't
but
know
it'll
if
be
that
all right.
I won't move. But anyway, I wanted to call and come back and just follow up with that. I know we have a meeting later this week, and I know there's a lot of information, and folks are kind of talking, and I wanted to make sure that I let you know I am trying my best to keep folks informed, but it is not easy. When we have kind of we have one meeting a month with our board, and then it's kind of a matter of getting everybody caught up, and I think that's the difficult part about where this is falling kind of in the timeline of things. So I want you to know that, and working through that, but also the publication of a newspaper is once a week, and that's, you have to have it in by Friday, and then it goes out to the next week. So we're doing our best to kind of get everybody up to speed. And so I'll apologize I'm doing the best I can on getting word to the individuals that are asking me questions and what have you. And so
Are you speaking about your board?
we're talking about the community in large, because I'm getting asked questions from the last
I
meeting.
mean, I got a lot of questions from your board.
Well, and the last meeting was
And the
on.
keyboard warriors yesterday.
The last meeting was on the web, on YouTube, and I think some folks were caught off guard and we're asking questions, and rightfully so. If I mean, as you can tell with this last gentleman here, taxes, everybody's under pressure. And so 3 things. 1, thank you for the work that you guys do, and I know that you don't get a lot of thank yous in that line of work, nor do school board members or any government official. And then 2, I wanted to make myself available when I went back and watched that on the questions about what I know on the virtual learning side, and I'll tell you what I know, and that I'm still researching it, and we're gonna have a meeting then on Wednesday. I will have a meeting with the sheriff and with Gary County Juvenile Detention Center, and I will look a little bit more into what their proposal is. I did get I requested a copy of what the memorandum of understanding would look like. It's 1 page, it's very general. And so I've got a lot of questions on that I need to ask. And again, I'm approaching this from what the school board decides to do is up to the school board. What you guys do is up to you. I'm the person who, once that decision is made, has to put the pieces of it if we're involved in it, just like the sheriff has to execute it. And I think there's some confusion of, is this a decision for the school board? Is this a decision for the county commission? Is it a decision for the sheriff? And it sounds to me like it's the sheriff's decision, but I also know that the county commission holds the purse strings. So we can say it's the sheriff's decision, but if the sheriff doesn't have the funding to do it, then it ain't gonna happen very well. So I just wanted to make myself available for any questions that you all have, and if there's a question I can't answer, that it gives me a little bit of direction of what we need to track down so that everybody is making informed decisions, and that I'm getting the correct information to the individuals that I need to get it to. So I don't fault anybody. I know it's June. Everybody is trying to harvest despite the rain. And you guys all have jobs and do things outside of your role, just like our 7 school board members do. And the community, if they hear something, whether it's on YouTube, whatever, they're all getting kind of questions, and so I'm trying my best to get accurate information out with a limited amount of media that we've
Well,
kind of got.
The truth is, I didn't think it had gotten that far enough to involve actually the school board, because I didn't think that we were very far down the road at all. I mean, if they're thinking about bringing 5 kids here, that ain't gonna work. I mean,
Well,
at
and
all.
I think what the concern is that, what I'm hearing is that nobody really knows how far it is down the road, and the concern is that if it moves quickly, then they haven't, we
Right.
haven't gotten the information where it needs to go, and
Right.
I think that's the concern I'm getting, is that it feels like it's going faster and is going down the road, and then everybody didn't ask questions, and so I think that's where some of that other side of the pressure is coming from, and that happens. So I guess what I would say is, Mr. Morris, you had some questions on virtual learning, and I know you had some additional information. I will share with you what I know to be, and then also any questions you have that I can't answer, I will track that down and do the best I can to find that out.
I think Wednesday would be a prime time to do that.
Okay.
I will be at that meeting too.
Okay.
With you and Russ and the juvenile
Fair
people
enough.
from Junction City. But what I wound up going down, getting bad information from DCF, that the kids had to be in school within 24 hours or 48 hours of incarceration and all of this type of thing. But I talked to the Kansas Department of Education personnel, got a whole different story. So I can elaborate a little more
Sure.
at that meeting, but I guess my frustration has been that it's been like the decision has been made and it's not been made, we're just in the early talks.
Yeah.
And we're discovering
Yeah.
right now.
And under no circumstances are we going to agree to anything that's gonna cost you money or us money.
Right.
I mean, that's just not gonna happen.
Well, and I want to, on the funding side of it, and kind of what we talked about last time, there's some of the words that are used, and the thing I go back to is funding school, accountability school, school of attendance. So the state kind of defines those differently. There's funding mechanisms that exist for weights. It depends who is in charge of it, and if it's a juvenile detention center that the county is running, or a juvenile detention center that is just housing. There's all these different classifications, and so I always just urge everybody to kind of really look at the specifics of what is the classification. On the virtual side of things, the state also has kind of different names for that and what that looks like, and so sometimes you'll hear people say, well, my kid is learning virtually, online, or they are homeschooled. There is homeschooled, which is different from virtual learning, which is different from a student who is on site taking an online platform class that we don't offer but still reporting every day. So they have all these different kinds of names, and it is incredibly confusing to the public as well as to even at times school administrators. And during COVID, post-COVID, a lot of those words kind of changed. So I just want to make sure that we're using that the same way, and if a different entity says this is virtual or this is that, that we get a good definition of how that is, because those are treated differently when it comes to funding by the state. And so I'll track that down. We'll be at that meeting. I did feel like I needed to come in though and make myself available in case you did have some questions ahead of time, and to let you know that we are trying to make sure that we're getting everybody communicated so that folks understand where things are at and where they're not. And that might even be something in the minutes that if they are published in the newspaper, we have a newspaper that does a great job with the staffing that they have, and then we're also trying to release information at the district. But if our phone is lighting up, we realize, okay, we've got to get more information out, and I think that's what's kind of happened. And to be fair to the school board, they have had to reduce staff allocations. And so when you have parents who are frustrated that the number of a class size, a specific grade level goes up because we didn't replace a third teacher, and then they're hearing about funding happening or other things that may add funding costs, et cetera, that's where some of that pressure is coming from, and it's rightfully so. I mean, you all have difficult jobs, and if there's something that I can do to track things down, keep me in the loop, and I'll make myself available, but I just wanted to do that in case you had questions, so, okay?
I want to say that we don't want to harm your GPA, your attendance average, anything like that, you know, we don't want any reflection on, I can't speak for the other two.
We don't, you know.
Yeah,
that.
Well,
but we don't want any reflection on USD 239, and from what I've gathered from the KSDE, that is possible to do.
It may. Now, what I will tell you is this, all things aside, if the students, if the decision is made that is what, what has to be done, we work the very best we can as educators to make sure everybody gets a appropriate and great education. So I don't want that to only be the justification for it. It's the financial piece. It's also that if the decision is made, we will do our best to make sure that they are educated, and that will cost. It always does, and it costs for anybody and everybody, but I want everybody's eyes kind of wide open on that, because what I would hate to have is a decision made and then everybody's like, we didn't know what it would cost. So
Right.
for what it's worth, I don't want to take any more of your time, but I did want to make myself available so that you,
I mean, in the front, and the time frame has to be right too, because we can't be doing anything that past the date of you receiving the funding. I mean,
yeah, just so that the awareness is on those 3 dates, and it depends again what it's classified when you guys enter into this agreement, because that determines different pots of money. But it also, it's 3 dates that we've got to be able to collect, we've got to be able to know. But I would also
what are
tell
they?
you this.
Do you know
It is, and I'm doing this off of memory.
roughly?
I think it's like there's a November, I thought there was a September and November, and I wanted to say an April. I can get those to you. It's on the website. But the other side of it too is those are the funding dates. Hiring an individual, having those
Right.
people in place, making awareness to CKCIE if there's any students that have special needs, and all those other services that have to be coordinated with it. There's a teacher component to it, the virtual piece, which we'll get into on Wednesday, but then there's also, if there's any supports or accommodations or mental health supports, all those other things have to be mobilized too. So that being said, I wanted to kind of have an awareness on it, because that will change July, so.
So what's the Wednesday meeting, Dwayne?
Pardon me?
What's the Wednesday meeting?
The Wednesday meeting will be between Dr. Stevens, myself, Russ Thornton, and representative from Junction City Juvenile Detention Center, and I may get on a phone call with KSDE at the time, the representative I've been talking to, because this person alluded to the fact that there could be grants available to help with this funding. So the burden wouldn't be entirely on the school district or on us or anything else. It just help fund a teacher or instructor, monitor for a virtual school, whatever this looks like, which we don't know right now.
And the timeline for those grants and having time to apply, being considered, whether or not we accept, those kind of things. Dale Brungart with KSDE, the Deputy Commissioner of Education on Finance, he and I have had conversations as well. There's another entity at the table that probably won't be at the meeting, but in talking with Gary County Public Schools, and their financial person, that's probably where I need to get more information on how that funding piece would work, because it is my understanding that in the past, there have been some issues where the funding didn't go through after an agreement had been made.
Well, Dwayne, from that, no decisions are gonna be made at that meeting.
No, it's just, for us to get information.
Informative,
I just
and
wanted to
didn't know
check
about
in,
it, so
I wanted to check in with you guys before that, because of just information that was, some people had it, some people didn't, so.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
Okay, thank
for
you.
stopping by. We'll
all
see
right, you
Wednesday.
bet, Wednesday.
That's what weekend. All right, how long do you need? Do you want to speak?
The golden wheel, we were supposed to meet all the board members.
Uh-oh.
Today.
Well, I did talk to one, Sheila at church yesterday, and she said supposedly they have a cook that's supposed to start Tuesday. So maybe because they have a cook, they decided not to come. I mean, I'm just guessing.
I wondered that too, all the time I've sat here.
Yeah. So that's the only good news. I just so you know, I have a Zoom meeting, and this is gonna be part of my commissioner, but, I'm gonna have a Zoom meeting with, Julie Walters,
Right, yeah.
and Ann to discuss just the golden wheel and the MOU and everything. So I was gonna go see them, just so you guys know, and they told me that I can't be on their board because I'm an employee of Ottawa County. And so I did email her back over the weekend and said I would like to read the bylaws to make sure it makes sense.
Right,
You know, and
that's fine.
being an elected official versus an employee is kind of different.
Right.
So, anyway, I'm gonna meet with them, but I do know that you have a cook starting, praise the Lord, so.
Yeah, there's.
Okay.
Who is she?
I don't know, Sheila didn't know who it was, so they must have hired him through Manhattan.
All right,
Okay.
thank you guys. How long do you need for executive session?
15 minutes.
Okay. What's it pertain to? Non-elected personnel? Okay. You gonna
And
make
we're
that?
supposed to give a reason. Do you have a reason?
Non-elected.
Non-elected, well, that's the,
For, to discuss a 999 employee.
oh, nine, okay, that's all I needed. Okay, so I'll move to go into executive session at 8:31 for 15 minutes to discuss, under the exception of the non-elected employees, discuss a 990 employee to include Miller Carnes and Marie Baloo and Tammy Cox, as well as the commissioners, and we'll return to the commissioners' room at 4:46,
Huh?
8:46.
There we go.
Sorry.
Okay, I will second that motion.
Moved and seconded to, go into executive session for 15 minutes for non-elected personnel to discuss a 999 employee, to return at 8:46. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you guys for coming. heard of in my life.
Okay, audio's up.
Okay, I'll move to approve an assistant position to the emergency management director, which will be a 990 employee.
Do we want to say that it was Marie Blue?
We don't, well, I think we're approving the position. I mean, it's up to Miller to choose Marie,
Okay.
which I'm sure he will.
Okay.
But I think we just say that we give him authority to have an assistant
You
director for
Okay,
990.
I would second.
Moved and seconded to approve a 999 employee for emergency management. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, you can name her sometime if you want. If you don't have to, you don't have to.
Or if you wanna choose somebody.
Yeah. All right, Miller, let's move ahead with Homeland Security Council.
Yes, sir. So, this is just to appoint me according to the North Central Homeland Security Council as the emergency management director and the Ottawa County official representative for the North Central Homeland Security Council.
Okay, I'll move to appoint Miller Carnes, who is our Ottawa County Emergency Management Director, as our official representative to the North Central Homeland Security Council effective June 22nd.
I will second that.
Moved and seconded to appoint Miller Carnes as the Homeland Security North Central Region Council. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And you just need to have Scott sign that letter.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you.
If you're leaving, if you're not, see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Miller.
Welcome, Janelle.
Welcome, how are you? Thank you.
Good. Tammy Cox?
Martin. Martin? Okay.
Martin
Oh.
Harris, my public works director.
Who?
So, we discussed last meeting to appoint, Commissioner Grund to the North Central Kansas Flint Hills Area Agency on Aging Board. As she has stated, they are saying that we can't have an employee. She is going to get the bylaws, is that correct?
Yeah, I requested them.
Yeah.
So
I told her
once I
to
read
ask
through,
them, I wanna see it in writing too.
and so I'll read through them, connect with them, and then have that Zoom meeting. I'll come back next week, let you
Okay,
know what happens.
that'll be fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. At this time, we'll ask for you to come forward.
How are you
Welcome
guys
to
today?
Ottawa County.
So excited. So, I don't get to go to very many other commission meetings, so this is good. So, Janelle Dockendorf, County Administrator for Dickinson County, and I've got Martin Tannehill with me, he's my Public Works Director.
Do we,
So-
do we need to have Chris in here?
Not necessarily for this part.
Okay.
This is more of a formality, I would say, in some ways. So we have a petition from one of our townships, Flora Township, which sits on the border between Ottawa and Dickinson counties. And they've requested that we vacate a section of road. So between 3100 Avenue and 3200 Avenue on Solomon Road. And our county councilor has reviewed everything, reviewed the petition, reviewed the statutes. So we're asking that you would be willing to set a public hearing and go through the same process to vacate the road. I will say that I believe that the road sits entirely in Dickinson County, but since it is on the border and we share adjoining landowners, we need to go through the
You're
process
claiming
with
the
that.
whole street?
The township is claiming it.
I think over the years it became on ours.
Yes.
Interesting.
When we did the survey, most of the road is actually in our county. But legally, you have got to vacate, both counties have to vacate.
Okay.
I drove out there yesterday, and it was gravel to somebody's entrance that's in Dickinson County. Then it was a mud road that
So
curved.
did you go on the mud?
No, I did
All
not.
right, okay, yeah.
She'd still be here,
Once
Scott.
you would've got a little
That's true.
farther, you might not have got turned around.
Trust
Exactly.
me, I have gotten very nervous about
Yes.
those dirt roads now.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and then it looked like from our Frontier Road to Granite Road, which is your 3100 to 3200, it was already all grown over and everything. But wasn't this front before us last year, and didn't we talk about it? as
So you
Shoved down the
probably
road a
did,
little bit,
because
yeah.
actually the petition came from them in August or September of last year. So I had reached out to Tammy and we started working the process. The county made a change with our county counselor. So I've got a new county counselor and I wanted to get him up to speed on other things, and the township wasn't in a hurry. They do now have a property owner that would like to see this done, and the township would as well, so that's why we're back here.
Okay.
And we set, the county commission last week set the public hearing for July 23rd at 11:05. So that's a Thursday, cause that's when our commission meets. And I will send out the notices and get that, make sure Tammy's got it so we can get it published as well.
So do we not reach out to Ottawa Township and those homeowners before we have this public hearing?
Yes, you would send the notice to them as well, but I don't know how many notices, I don't remember now how many.
So the law is you have to send out to all adjacent landowners.
Correct.
Certified letters to all adjacent landowners, we do all of that. So, we have to publish it 20 days prior, before a hearing can be done, and then certified letters sent to adjacent landowners during that time to let you know about the hearing.
So
Right.
we, as a board of commissioner, have no responsibility in this?
You'll have to vote to vacate.
Correct,
Oh,
that would be it.
After the public hearing?
Yes,
Right.
So
yeah.
you'll have, the public hearing will be in Dickinson County?
We'll have our public hearing on the 23rd, yes.
Will
Yeah.
we have
Yeah,
a public hearing as well?
Yes.
Yes,
You guys have
yes.
to have one.
A separate one, yeah.
Okay.
Both
It's-
have to pass.
Since it's on the border, or the line, the county line, you both have to do that, so.
Now, you're saying Thursday?
Ours is the Thursday, July the 23rd.
You would follow our commission calendar. and
Yes.
it- After publication, 20 days, so, sorry, I didn't have my calendar pulled up.
So are you thinking like July 20th at our board meeting?
Yeah, so we could probably do July 20th for ours. It'll be part of the publication, so as long as we can get it in, which I don't think will be a problem, and run it, we could do July 20th.
Wasn't there some discussion last time we talked about this, that there was some CRP land that people still wanted access to through there? They were worried about from the north. Do you know what I'm referring to, Martin? You're shaking.
Yeah, I do. Well, and that's what got it all started again, is one landowner fencing that off.
Right.
And put a gate across there. That's what brought everything back. At that time, they were mad because they couldn't get out to their deer line. Okay, the next generation.
But I think they can
Okay,
access it from the
so,
south.
but they can access the other way.
Yes.
It's
So
work.
are you only vacation a portion of
No. we're gonna
Frontier
do
to, you're doing the whole mile?
The whole mile, cause that's the
They have-
request.
As you know, when you got there, they haven't bladed that road.
For a very
And we're
long-
gonna have another discussion with our townships. If you're not gonna maintain a road, then you need to vacate the road
Yeah.
or whatever with it. And we've run into a few over the years that, they just decided to quit taking care of it. Let the trees fall, let the grass grow. Well, then new owners come along, they come in, they find out there's a right of way, they wanna know why they can't access their property that way.
Right.
So you guys are in a different position, that you already know your township is all in favor of it.
Correct.
And it's probably
Yes.
good that we have our hearing
Yes.
Yes.
first,
We're wondering
we
if everybody
can,
over here would be
to
happy.
make sure
Right.
Ottawa
Yes.
Township is okay with
Okay,
this.
Right.
so we're gonna have to get on that because,
Yeah, and it sounds like Janelle has most everything ready to go
Yes,
for me.
yep.
And there are a lot of other pieces of the process that had to be done, so contacting utilities, so you have to do the 100 big stuff, there's making sure that you're not boxing somebody in and not allowing access
Can't
to land.
landlock.
So there's a whole process that goes before it comes before the
All right.
commission.
And our county
Yes.
engineer has
Yeah.
done.
we'll take
has
care of it
done
on the
You've done it.
20th then,
You've
right?
done it on the Dickinson side, but you
Thank
also
you.
know that's true for the Ottawa
Okay.
County side as
Correct,
well.
correct.
You've
All
checked
right.
both sides.
He does check both sides. So he had reached out to county clerk and to the Register of Deeds to see what you have for, information on that as well, so.
Okay.
Dickinson County is spearheading this, and we're just, which I appreciate, so as we're going along, 'cause it's their township request.
I would be happy to give it to you, Tammy.
Yeah, it's funny my day, and, because there is a lot of work that goes into it, but this isn't just lightly that, hey, someone's closed a road, there's a process statutorily we have to go through to make
Yes.
sure that it meets the requirement. And so, yeah, so we've known about it, Chris, our road and bridge director is aware of everything.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I will, look at having our hearing on July 20th, pending that we get all the publications in, I
Yep.
imagine it won't be a problem, but.
All right.
Janelle or Martin, what do you guys call what we call Solomon Road, the
Mhm.
county line between Dickinson and Saline County? What is that called in Dickinson County?
It is
Solomon
Solomon
Road.
Road,
We
yes,
left that
yep,
the
we
same.
left it the
Or
same,
The people
Mhm.
that named
Yeah.
them left
Yeah.
it the same.
yeah.
Okay.
Which is very convenient. for
Yes.
them.
Oh, definitely, well, it's how their addresses are registered,
Okay,
so.
you said between 3100 and something.
And 32.
That's,
That
thir-
mile there.
that corresponds to Granite and Frontier.
Okay,
Yes,
Yeah, that's where I was looking to put those two pieces together.
yes.
oh, gotcha.
All right.
I have a picture of it, if you wanna see it. I took a picture yesterday to show you the mud road I chose not to go to, and then, but you could see where it was overgrown.
You're maturing.
I'm growing up, yes. Wiser, growing wiser.
After you bury yourself on a mud road. a
I
few
did,
times,
on
people
290th,
start saying-
yes.
People start saying things to
And
you,
it was
I know.
before the sign was up that says gravel ends,
Yeah.
Carla just said, oh, I can get through there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
No, thank you
Yes,
very
no,
much, we
thank you all.
appreciate
Thank you.
Good to
this.
see you.
You too.
Good to see you.
Have a safe trip back home.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Chris. So you,
Do you
got
wanna see my picture?
let me-
Oh, I don't have my phone.
thank you, Jesus. What about, does he have any idea who they hired? I'm calling Chris as well.
Good.
He's right here.
Oh, he is? About time. I was getting ready to call you.
Oh, shit, way early then.
Yeah. Come on in.
Morning.
Warner?
So, we're, for the blade trucks, I gotta get you guys to, what is that, rescind that motion we made to, how was that worded?
Um,
For the blade trucks to be sold. We're still gonna do it, but we're gonna get a policy and everything wrote up. And then I worked with Jody on that, so we can get that lined out. That way there's a policy in place for it.
Ongoing, so we don't have to make a motion all the time, makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
And
the
consistent.
reason is because after talking with the auditor,
for pay.
right, for how we would need to pay it out, it became a little more complicated, and so there were a few options we've been
Mhm.
discussing with Chris. But it's just gonna take a little bit of time to implement what we need to implement. So before we can do that, we can't sell the trucks yet, we gotta get everything in place for the auditor and everything.
Cause we have everything ready to sell now. We just gotta hold tight on this, and I don't think it'll take too long, honestly. Get that all wrote up, have you guys read it over, work with Tammy and Jody
Sure.
on that.
Do you know when the specific motion was made, Tammy?
Oh, it was in May.
Do you want me to look up to see what the motion was?
We can try, or, I'll see what I can find here fast.
That's all I can
It doesn't
remember.
have to be specific motion, you guys
Okay.
can just say we'd like to rescind the motion regarding.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to rescind the motion to sell the, grader trucks, do you call them grader? And to be, and the reimbursement for use of, personal use of their vehicle at this time.
I will second it. You got that, Tammy?
Moved and seconded to rescind the motion to sell the grader trucks. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
So we kinda got a policy started, but gotta change it from originally what we were gonna do to what it's gonna be now. so.
Right.
And
We've had some concerns about all the roads, as we all know. So if they can't get pretty much overall theirs, have them, if they would, work on Friday.
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
because, anyway.
Is everything still underwater? I mean, is there still points underwater?
I think everything finally, was it Wednesday or Thursday, probably, water finally went down to where we could get to everything except for two, that water's not over it, we just can't get to it because of the mud.
Are you talking about Tescott specifically?
No, just like on Salt Creek.
Oh, okay.
Couple
I went through
structures there.
Tescott, the big stack of trees on the south side. Is that what you guys were working on last week?
No, we were in Culver.
They were
Oh.
cold.
I didn't go down to Culver.
Yeah.
There's all that stack of trees in Tescott. That wasn't you guys doing that?
No, they pretty well got everything hammered out by the time we got there, because there was a bunch of power lines there, and so we stayed out of there and went to Ada. When we got back, they pretty well had all their in town taken care of, so then
Okay.
we went to Culver, and then, of course, obviously working on our roads, getting them opened up with trees.
Scott, we have been working late, and Chris did say that if we needed, the mudburners would be working on Friday.
Okay.
Chris already,
We
I
got-
thought that's the way we left it
Yeah.
last week, but I had
yeah,
some other concern here this morning, so I wanna make sure.
We got about 16 miles worth of trees on the side of the road still yet to pick up, but the roads
we
are
gotta find a place.
open,
Is that
Was-
still in
Did
Culver?
you get a
or is
hold
that
of
Ada?
John?
just everywhere.
I got a hold of his son.
Okay,
John had a medical issue,
okay,
and his son, he came out, and he said, that is perfect, right where he wanted it.
okay,
Yeah.
And
good.
It
that
saved
pile
us a
is
lot.
Huge.
Otherwise,
Just gotta
we
figure
wouldn't
out
have
where
been
we're gonna go
done.
with all these other trees.
Yeah.
And where's that at? The same place?
I don't know if he wants all them trees there.
No, but I mean, is it in the same area?
It's gonna be. It's Evergreen and Frontier,
Front-
right?
Yeah.
From 106 all the way to 20th. It's
Yeah.
not the whole solid, it's not solid, but this mile might have all of them. We might skip a mile or,
Mhm.
but
So,
They're
so
just
it'd
shoved
be
off the
closer
road.
to, I mean, is there any place closer to Ada, I wonder? Would be
we're
closer
closer to Tescott. We need
Yeah.
somewhere, somewhere close by Tescott.
It's because, I mean, that deal with Culver, that honestly saved us a week, easy, if not more.
We finished up Thursday
Yeah,
about,
we did get on.
They
that.
were, I
About
think they got all
5:30.
back in at 5:30, 6
Yeah.
o'clock.
Well, good.
we stuck around until we got all of Culver done.
Well, they ought to be happy.
So
Okay.
I told Chris that I recommend if we do that again for Culver, that they have a place we can pile them there in town.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that was a lot.
It was a lot of miles and a lot of fuel.
So where did you haul them to?
We were
Well,
hauling them
started
to
out
the
on-
missile base.
Yeah, started.
The
They
missile base.
found a place
Mhm.
closer to finish up.
So what do we do with it? Can we burn them? Can we apply for a permit?
Yeah, I already got that stuff done with Miller and Marie, got the paperwork on that, so.
So, anyway, I will tell you, I went Bow Hall and 15th to 20th, all the way to Ada. I was amazed how good shape that road's in, except for where it went across the road.
Sure.
A place or two, but that road is in a lot better shape than it used to be, so.
It's holding up pretty
Yeah,
good.
I was, and all the way from Delphus to the hall was good,
Good.
so,
20th south of Ada got roughed up pretty
yeah,
bad.
I seen
They got
that.
pretty tore up.
And that, I don't know what in the world, are we responsible for Ada town, the dirt roads?
We
Mm,
go and blade them.
we blade them.
That one in there is on, I don't know if it's,
It's got that cut.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible to blade it. We have to haul something in there, I don't know if that's our, if that's our
We've been hauling
responsibility.
stuff just about everywhere we can. We worked
Okay.
with the gas company here.
We, it's
You had to rebury one of
on the
their
west side of
lines.
town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, well, I know you guys are working your tails off, doing the best you can do. It's,
I'm just
That's
glad
a-
it didn't come back in again.
Yeah.
Repeat.
well, truth is, yeah, we don't need that, no repeats. But, I mean, it's just gonna take a long time to get it straight.
It is, unless we got
That's all.
some
It's not happening overnight.
more AB3 being brought in, cause we've been putting it in places and all sorts of, I mean, some of it we're just Band-Aiding for now until we can get
Right.
everything slowed down and go retrieve materials, so.
See, it started out the south part of the county and then thought, well, this is okay, but then it take the whole freaking county.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so Delphus everywhere,
Yeah.
they're all a mess.
And the water's going down over there by Bennington now, and now Steve called me about some over there by Bennington today. that
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just roads are washed out, but we can't get to them.
well, we don't need to work on the Bennington side of that stuff.
On that note. Bridge inspection reports came back.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Other than that, that's all I got for you guys.
Alright.
He's gonna come back once we kinda get slowed down to go over some of that with us.
Alright.
Well, at that luncheon, I talked to Jocelyn, and she said she passed her test,
Yep,
so that's good. So she
Yep.
said she only has one more
yep,
applicator
she
test to
has
take.
one more to go on that, and I don't know that she's scheduled that one in yet. Cause we found out, what was that, Tuesday, Wednesday? Something.
Did you get anybody hired there?
Not yet, we got a idea of something we wanna do there,
Okay.
kinda doing a, what you wanna call it,
Test run?
yeah, probably so, and kinda integrating an employee from Road and Bridge
over
there, and,
Because if you ain't working over there when it's too windy, too wet, you can. go
Right.
over and-
do signs
That'll
and
be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will he have to get his applicator license too?
in time, yeah.
and,
He can
And
work
he's willing
under,
to do that?
yeah,
He can work under,
mine and Jocelyn's.
For a period of time?
And mainly the thing is it's just good for them to take it, even though they can work under ours to understand what actually everything is, you know, and understanding the different chemicals, the mix rates, you know, and different weeds, understanding all that. You know,
Uh-huh.
just good information. Sometimes you can't quite get it taught, you know. That way they're kind of ahead of the game when they take that and learning how to do everything.
Cool.
do you think he could run a tractor and mower?
I don't think Joe wants me on his equipment, do you, Joe?
I don't think I would be the one you'd be worried about, I think it'd be the mechanic I'd be worried about.
Well, she told me she got stuck on 290th, and I thought, well.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I did not go down 300 because of,
Alright,
That's all
Well-
we got, guys.
thank you guys.
Yep.
yeah.
Appreciate what you're
Appreciate
doing.
Yep.
Doing great.
I know it's
And
Recovery.
don't forget Bennington.
oh, good lord.
It's already forgot.
Carla, as soon as the water goes down, you know what, we'll be over there just like we are everywhere else.
Well, I'm
I
glad to
mean,
hear that.
We can only go, I'm not gonna if I won't drive down it, I'm not gonna ask one of our employees to drive down it. And
Yeah.
especially in them trucks, I'm not gonna ask people to drive, and neither will Chris. We can ask them, if we won't drive down it, they're not driving down
Yeah.
it.
So Chris, I tried to find Simpson Road and I went around in circles on yesterday. So can you tell me like where it is so I can go look at that bridge?
Well, yeah, I don't,
Can you give me a closer idea?
that's probably the best one I got off the top of my head.
Just south of Verdi on Simpson Road.
Yeah,
South of Verdi becomes Simpson Road?
yeah, or 250th becomes Simpson Road.
So do you have a plat map of Saline County?
No, I can,
Cause I
If you
could,
go to Verdi and you just keep going south, you're gonna go right into Slee
you'll have
County.
to
well, I hate to
cross the
say
bridge.
this, but the
and-
Verdi roads aren't very good.
No,
I hate to
they're
say that out
not.
loud.
There's underwater.
Everything's underwater when it floods down there.
I know, but Verdi's been a struggle, so.
We got that one, honestly, before that second round came in, we had the one call put in for that one to get started on it. and
Oh, that's
This
good
all
news.
set us back,
Yeah.
so we're back a few weeks probably.
Yeah,
Working down there all the time.
yeah. When he said, do you ever drive Scots? I goes, yeah, I drive Scots. I get mad. All right, thank you.
Thanks,
I'll
guys.
try
Thank
again
you,
to
guys.
find this bridge.
Yeah, I'll find that actual address through my emails.
Okay, just so I can go look at it.
Yep.
Did you guys go find the Lego bridge?
Did we what?
I'm trying to go see this Lego bridge that they're gonna put in
Oh,
at 210,
yeah, I haven't.
and I wanted to go see what a Lego bridge looked like.
Google it, you'll be able to see what it looks
Yeah.
like.
I know, but I'd rather see one.
Referral
Do you
with
have
that.
a Swain County one?
No.
Oh, I just had Dickinson and Ottawa County, and I need to have a Saline one. Cause I kept hitting dead ends when I was looking for the bridge.
So do we need to,
If you want, I can do the budget update real quick.
Okay.
we'll go right on ahead then.
Alright, so, quick budget update, so there were a few, department heads you wanted me to reach out to regarding their budgets. I did, as you can see, we have one appeal that'll be in today. I've heard back from one other one, so there's two, they've acknowledged they've received it, they just have not given me the new budgets, as to what to update on theirs. Our next budget meeting will be July sixth, July sixth. It's during the county commission meeting. That will hopefully give us a better understanding as to where we sit.
Are we gonna have another draft that day?
Yes, it's my understanding it'll be another draft. It won't be like before where we'll go line by line. It'll just, we'll have some time to look at it and ask any questions and any kind of changes. We'll probably set our meeting dates at that time, I imagine possibly. Kind of start discussing whether or not we're gonna exceed the revenue neutral rates, that kind of thing.
Well,
With,
Scott will be here on the sixth.
Stop it on the sixth.
with that in mind, do you know when we'd have the draft to look at?
No, I don't know.
But as soon as you get it, you'll send it out?
As soon as he's ready to send it out, yes.
Because even if it's ready prior to the agenda or whatever, I'd like to see it whenever.
Right, but I just don't know if they're gonna have it by that time. We just set it the next day, and I don't know if
Yeah.
they'll give it to me if they'll give it to me to give to you guys ahead of time or not, I just don't know.
Yeah, last time, remember, we didn't get it till the day of the meeting, which is fine, because we had a lot to discuss, but this time, since it's gonna be pretty close, I hope.
Yeah, I just don't know, they didn't tell me. And then, the, health and aging, we had some discussions about the reimbursements and receipts on that budget, so I got clarification on that and got those changed. So everything that we discussed at that budget meeting, the last budget meeting, has been taken care of. Again, I don't control Scott Lloyd, I don't know if he's gonna have a budget out to you guys ahead of time, that's up to him. And we can't rush him, he just got, we still don't have our final audit out yet, so, who knows if he gets the final audit, that might change some things. I know they have policies and procedures they have to go through with their accounting group before they'll release things, so.
Do you have a final audit date?
No. They don't give it to me. We just get the audit when we get it.
When they're done, they're done.
Yep, when they're done, exactly.
So, but July sixth, my family's in town that week before, so
So is mine.
I'm just thinking, I probably won't be able to look at it line by line unless we get it Monday, so I guess I wanna say I don't think I'll be in a position to approve it on the sixth.
We won't be approving it. So you guys do not approve the budget at all until we have our hearings.
Yeah.
Our actual
Long
budget
down the
hearing.
road.
This is still working on the budget.
Okay,
This
I was
is
just gonna
not-
say-
This is still rough draft, because again, there's no
okay, I
audited
just,
financials, that's what I'm saying. I know you guys are pushing for all that stuff, but that's not where we're at on this process. That happens later when we publish like the budget hearing dates, that's when they'll approve stuff. But we're still waiting on finalized audited financials. And the auditor doesn't know when he's gonna have that, depends what he runs into. This is just another look at the budgets. Now that we've had that full meeting, kind of putting all those changes in and kind of get you a better idea of where we're at.
yeah, I wanted to make sure we're gonna do on the sixth, we're just gonna go over another draft.
Yep,
That's what
just
I
another,
look at.
yep, and I'm
Okay.
like, it's not gonna be an all-day thing. I'm gonna give them an hour of the agenda, and frankly, I don't think it'll take that long. I think it'll just be an opportunity for you guys to review and ask a few questions. We did a really great job at our last budget meeting. I think you guys did amazing with just kind of going through and asking questions. And that's why I'm gonna update you that all the things that you asked to be done on it, I've gotten completed, and gotten changed, and got the changes over to them. And I know, like, I sent them the budget information worksheets a couple days ago. I just got, I don't know, over the weekend, hey, thanks, and then I had sent it 4 or 5 days earlier. So I know they're busy, and that's why I said I don't know where they'll be at, or if they'll give me a copy ahead of time.
Since you're talking about, so the assessed valuation number, do you know where you're at in that? Is it close?
So the assessed valuation, right now, what I sent to him, we are looking that we dropped $2 million.
In assessed valuation?
Oh, sorry, in assessed?
Yeah,
Appraised?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Our valuation, all I'm gonna give you is that our valuation is 107 million, that's where we're at, which is 2 million less than last year. I don't have numbers in front of me, I don't have any of that. You're talking about the bottom assessed valuation, right, not just real estate or?
Yeah, so you believe it's 1.7 million?
No, I know
107.
that it's 107 million.
Yeah. And so have you signed off on that?
What would I sign off on?
That 107?
What would I sign? What are you asking?
Well, you certified those ones. Is that a certified number at this time?
Are you talking about the budget information sheets?
No, the assessed valuation, the 107.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The 107 assessed valuation, is that a final number?
Well, here's the thing you have to understand about budgets. Yes, I'm gonna say they're final and I've certified that number, but if I get other things from other counties, or if something changes, it can be recertified. So currently, yes.
Okay.
I don't wanna put myself into a box.
Yeah.
Currently, yes, but since we've had that, closing of 334, and there might be some redoing of some things, currently the certification number is 107.
Yeah, I know in the past we've gotten that recap from Truett tying to that 109 number, or now 107 number. Will Truett be able to produce that? Yeah.
He'll have to discuss that with Truett. Probably not, because he doesn't have all those numbers.
Okay.
He only
You
does
are the
real
keeper.
estate and personal property. He wouldn't have the state assessed. He wouldn't have any of that.
I think maybe he's produced it from your stuff then, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I'll get with you.
Yeah, you have to get with me and show it to me. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about with it, so I can't speak on it.
Who actually certifies the valuation? The appraiser?
No, I do.
You do?
This
Okay.
one.
Okay, so that is not gonna give you the 107 number. That is just real estate and personal property. If you read the columns on that form, that does not have state assessed numbers on it.
It says state assessed at the bottom there. Okay, well, I'll get with you and I'll get with Truett and. But this sheet here is what you have completed for,
So what you're holding up is what's called a budget information sheet.
uh-huh,
And I provide those to who does the budgets, and that is the current certification. So there's a lot of things to get certified in a budget, that's why we have to be very clear as to what we're talking about. And currently, yes, I certified the value at 107 million.
so you have one of these we can get?
I give that to Scott Lloyd, he'll include that with the budget stuff. But that's what gets certified, but that also can change, like I said, with that, like, if another county comes and says, oh, I'm sorry, like, something has changed on our ends, it'll have to get recertified. That's also not the final valuation, that'll happen in November. So if there's any changes that happen between now and November, that number can change. So that is the July abstract. That's why when you said, so you're certifying it, I just wanna be very clear that yeah, probably it's not gonna change, but it could.
This week.
It could potentially change, because November things can change, it usually alters slightly,
Right,
with different,
I'm not meeting
classifications.
yet,
that kind of
see.
thing.
okay.
I'm not coming.
The office, Russ's office.
All right, you wanna call, or do we wanna move ahead on some of this other stuff? Let's,
The policies might be quick if you'd like to do that. I think there's only one. It's one you guys have already approved, it's just we need to clarify on it, is is that okay? Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, policy in front of you, I believe is 3007. That was a policy that was already approved. After looking at it, we did receive a form to have it, change request form, because in it, it states to go to the payroll clerk for capers, health, dental, and life. And we just wanna change that. Jody was like, well, I just do payroll, I don't want people coming to me. They should go to HR first. So there's just some clarification on where, staff needs to go in case they have questions
Okay.
regarding those things. So, and I think that is the only policy change.
So this policy, just to clarify, it is saying that we offer all these, but it's not committing to what percent the county pays for unless it specifically says. Like it says we offer healthcare.
Right.
It doesn't say what we're committed to, so that each board gets to decide, correct?
Well, it's just because in case something changes.
Right.
So we will always offer health and dental insurance plans.
Right.
Yep, it's not
Okay.
specific.
Just wanted to make sure.
You got something you want me to sign?
So, you want me to move?
Yes, please.
Move to approve the amended section, or, policy 30.07 regarding employee benefits.
I will second that motion.
It's moved and seconded to, approve, 3007 for employee benefits. Is there any discussion? Policy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That'll be kind of quick and easy.
You want me to sign this one I printed?
That's fine, if you wouldn't mind.
Going back to the minutes just a second, now we haven't approved the June 12th one, you just,
I have them right here.
oh, you did, okay.
Yes.
So when we can approve both?
Yes, if you do
Okay,
it, yes.
sorry.
No, that's
I
fine.
didn't see them in the purple folder.
Well, I think when you said that, I was thinking they both ended in 2. So there's, no, that's the only one I was, no, I don't have the 12 I have over here, so.
Okay. Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, and I can
Sign
bring it to you here. Alright.
I'm using it to sign first.
Scott, if it helps, since we're still ahead, I could do the sales tax discussion, it's really small, or unless you guys think that'll take a while. I don't have a whole lot to report, I just want to keep you in the loop.
Okay,
Do you wanna go ahead and do that?
yeah,
Or do you want to do this section first? Your call.
let's do this.
Which
Right
one
here
is?
first, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll move to approve the consent agenda, which includes minutes for the 12th and the 15th, as well as the accounts payable for $62,850.32.
I had 57,943.90 on the register as accounts payable.
You had how much?
57,943.
Flip it over.
Should be the 62,850.32.
Oh, there were some wires.
Oh, okay, I must have missed those on the back, but I thought I went right to that page on the back that had the
Okay.
amount on it.
It's,
Let's see if you, the one we signed, this is 62.
right.
Okay,
62,850.32.
what she said, I'll second.
Moved and seconded to, approve the minutes for the June 12th and 15th and pay the bills at $62,850.32. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
I'll pass those.
Okay, click along here.
Okay,
Do you want sales tax?
what, we got time to cover it?
I don't know, I don't have much to say, but if you guys think you'll discuss it, that could be different then.
Well, let's, What do you have to say? We'll see.
I did hear back from Kevin Cohen from Gilmore and Bell. I asked him, just for clarification for your guys' piece and when I give you the information, I asked him what can the sales tax be used for? He said if it's a 1% sales tax and they will only use it for the county hospital EMS, I'll include that in the draft ballot proposition. He did ask if there would be a sunset date and period of time. So just some things to think about is what percent what we're gonna use for. He did say we did not have to include it in the draft, because that was a question you had. And then, we need to consider whether or not we'll put a sunset on it. I mean, some thoughts on that and things I've discussed with him before is, the issue is if we're using it to fund something long-term, you put a sunset on it. If that sunset ends and it doesn't get approved again, then you're left either coming up with the money very quickly. So, just to give you what I'm at.
What are the options if we don't sunset it? Can we terminate it by a vote of the commission?
It's a good question, I'm not sure.
Because I hate to sunset it, like you said, then all of a sudden there's a scramble for money when the sales tax does sunset, but then when if we don't need it anymore, can we do away with it? I don't know.
It's a great question.
Hopefully that never happens, but that's a good idea, or a good thought.
I'll ask.
Okay.
I think that since, we own the county hospital, it's probably better not to put a sunset on it. Because we're gonna own the hospital indefinitely until it closes. I mean, I can't foresee us ever, and at that point in time, we'll probably do what Dwayne was mentioning about making it, assuming you find out that we can, but if the criteria that the sales tax is for
Yeah.
discontinues, it seems like
Or
it's no
needed.
longer in existence,
Right.
it seems reasonable we could discontinue it.
Okay.
I don't know if I know when, in Marshall County, when they did it for the hospital expansion, I believe, or maybe just operations, anyway, they put a 10-year on it, and then they had to readdress it in 10 years, but that hospital was not county-owned, where this is kind of different, in my opinion, and since we're gonna include the county-owned hospital, I think it makes sense to make it.
Right.
And that's something you guys have decided, if you're gonna include the hospital. You guys have kind of discussed it, so that's the other thing, if you're gonna include the hospital or just EMS, or just leave it open to healthcare, which you said you don't have to specify.
Well, it's open to healthcare,
Yeah.
same deal, isn't it? Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Oh.
Well,
I do think it makes sense that if we're going to put it, I'm trying to go back to the conversation with Les Johns about, our sales tax revenue and stuff, but,
he'll have a stroke when he sees this one.
yeah. But the whole concept of sales tax, and the same thing is true of transient guest tax, is to have people that are outside our county contribute to our tax base when they're utilizing our facilities. That's the whole,
Right.
or businesses or whatever. And we have to generate revenue somewhere. And to be honest, I don't know the particulars of the transient guest tax, how much difficult paperwork it is for our people to transfer that into the county. I've never heard anybody complain when we had it in other areas, jurisdictions, so. I feel bad though, that if we haven't reached out and let I thought when we discussed this with our county attorney, that Jeff said that the state would reach out to all the bed and
He did
breakfasts
say that.
Yeah.
and let them know.
And they did, in arrears.
Well, I know, but in
But
arrears.
they may not have too, they may have reached out and, it could have been missed.
After the fact.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel bad that he was blindsided. Also, when you think about it, maybe some people weren't paying attention to our discussions on transient guest tax. I mean, we had those discussions and you had them
We've had them
before we
before,
were.
yeah, it's
we were
been
ever on the
going on
board.
since the first year I was here.
So,
It's just one of those things. I know Minneapolis, I know Ottawa County's high, but we do not have the industry. We don't have a lot of things that everybody else does.
But I don't think we're that high compared to out around surrounding counties. Like, did you mention those counties that had a transient guest tax of equal percentage?
I
think Cloud.
did, I pulled
Okay.
it up.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, things like the city of Salina, they have certain sections that are 13.5%.
yeah.
So we're at 8.5 without the transient guest tax, so without the things that pull up after transient, we're at 8.5%, which I think is one of the lower end sales taxes, in the state.
It's kinda interesting though, you know, he said, and I'd never heard that before, that they keep 2% and we get 3%.
Yeah,
But it is kind of weird that some of these counties only show 2%, and I don't understand how that could be, because that mean that the county would get nothing, if that's true what he said.
maybe
We maybe need to ask Jeff if that's true.
2%, maybe the county gets 2% and the state gets 2%.
Yeah,
Does
but
that
if they
show?
say their rate is only 2%, there's some counties listed that only list 2%. Well, if it's true that they get 2 out of the 5, I don't see how the county is getting any benefit, so.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Oh,
that.
there's even one here that's 1%, so I don't understand that.
So there was something about that 2%, and I apologize that I'm not gonna be completely aware, but I think there was something to do with opting out of a 2%, so I don't know if like you could only, if you kept more than 2%, then you had to give so much to the state. If I remember correctly, there was something with that 2%, and I'm pulling up, I finally found the charter resolution. I was looking at resolutions, forgetting it was a charter resolution. So, and it does specify in there about that 2%, I believe, what I read earlier.
So is it a possibility then that we change that to less than 2% to eliminate the state getting the 2%?
You have to talk to the county attorney,
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, I
versed
think
in
we
it.
have to get Jeff to,
Yeah,
Research
I'd like
that.
some clarification on that. 'Cause I don't mind being on an even keel with counties surrounding us, but it would be nice if we could make it work and be a little less. People could say, oh, I'll go stay in Ottawa County, I may hunt in Cloud County or Lincoln County, but I'll stay here because the tax is cheaper.
so, yeah, but Cloud was at 5, and Dickinson's at 5, Gary's at 6.
Do you have Sedgwick County on there?
Sedgwick County is 5.
Okay. But their rooms are so much higher priced, it really stands out. I see that glowing on a motel receipt when I'm in Wichita.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Wichita in itself has a 6%, so I don't know how that works.
Oh, Wichita and then Sedgwick County maybe stacking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting, 'cause I wondered how that worked out when Jeff was saying the city didn't have one already, maybe that's because all of ours kind of fell in the city of Minneapolis, I don't know. I was wondering if the city didn't have one, we could get one,
Yeah.
so that's interesting.
Well, we have that little bit of breakfast in Bennington now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I hope they know about the transit and don't get caught off guard.
Well, I know some, I mean, we have collected it, so there are people that are, I mean.
Aware of it.
So I don't know if there's something missed or, I'm not sure how that all works. I don't know how that industry.
We should have took it upon ourselves, I guess, to notify the businesses, but I thought the state was going to do that, so that, yeah, the ball was dropped there.
But the other, wow.
And so we saw it as a pass-through from them,
Mm-hmm.
as, rather than a, I guess, a difficulty.
Yeah. Yep. Are we we will get 100% of the sales tax for the medical if it's passed on the November ballot. correct? We're not gonna see any surprises like this guest tax, where the state's gonna latch on to part of our money. Cause I'm not wanting to give Topeka any more money than necessary. So,
Well, they don't get any of the monies from any sales tax that the county collects. I mean, it's dispersed to the cities and the county, but the
Yeah.
state doesn't keep anything.
That's my understanding,
That's my understanding. That's a good, I need to have that line. That's my understanding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is like you said, now, if the healthcare one passes, that would only go to the county. So
Right.
currently our sales tax is divided, it's my understanding of, with the
Yeah.
cities.
right,
And then the healthcare would be 100% ours.
Right.
But you know, the interesting thing about the city one, they get to keep all of it, right? But the county, we collect, and we put it 1% on the county, and the cities get some, and the county gets the rest.
yeah, we divide between the entities, the
Mhm.
incorporated towns within the county.
Yeah.
But this whole thing with the transient guest tax about the state getting part of it has caught me unaware totally. I didn't know the state was gonna reap any benefit.
It was
That's-
part of the discussion with Jeff Feeble. When he was here, he did talk about that.
He did,
tell you guys about
okay,
that,
I totally missed it,
yeah.
my bad.
I couldn't have recalled that off the top of my head, but as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, that's right, we have to
Okay.
discuss that.
Hmm.
And then, you did say something about the November ballot. If that's still your guys' goal, we probably need to know what that looks like to move forward. It's June.
Mhm.
Are you researching, Scott?
Yes.
So tentatively going forward, it would be a 1%, no sunset. Would that be the wisest move? For medical facilities or medical use within the county, for use by medical entities within the county? Is that, am I kinda on the right track?
It sounds like what you guys have kind of been discussing.
Yeah, I just wanted to recap.
That's what I believe we should do, is a 1%, no sunset for
Mhm.
healthcare to include.
Or what?
To
Healthcare.
include the hospital as well as EMS.
So some thoughts you guys might have is what your next steps are, because, obviously the largest thing is getting out there and doing town hall meetings and informing the public, like that's the biggest piece that, what that looks like. I mean, that's gonna be up to however you guys wanna handle that, obviously, but
We don't have to do anything applying to the primary ballot in August. This would be November, correct?
well, this would be, it's too late for the August.
Yeah.
I already
So
sent out ballots.
I think what we should do, is for the county fair, really try to have
Yeah.
discussions with people and get their feedback. So I think the county fair is probably our best bet. Do commissioners ever set up a table, or?
We can't set up a table together.
No. Where we couldn't be there all at once, or even two of us.
Yeah,
And I will probably be tied up with the rides on the carnival.
oh, yeah, and you said you had grandkids. Well,
All right, so what do we wanna do here?
well, I think it's a good idea, since the fair is only, 3 weeks away, to really get a feel for how the people feel about it at the fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd be willing to sit at a table. You wanna share that table with me, Scott? If Dwayne's at the,
That depends on whether
You guys cannot sit
Done.
at the table and discuss county business.
I know, but
It's got to be one at a time.
alternate.
Oh, gosh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I just wanted to be clear,
Yeah.
sorry.
that
I
depends
said
on
share-
whether I'm done cutting wheat by then.
I guess share the table would be alternate
Better be.
times.
Well, I've said that one other time when we were at the fair, I said, we'll be done by the fair easy.
I think if
We're
nothing,
still cutting wheat in August.
Carl has a question.
Would you like EMS presence at your table?
Okay. I think if nothing else, we could put up a storyboard, seems to be the buzzword of this century, to explain why, what, how, and just informational qualities, maybe a handout of pre-printed information, you know, what it will do, what it will actually cost the consumer. You know, it's gonna be a penny on a dollar, extra penny every dollar that is spent in the county to go to, medical entities, EMS or the hospital, or wherever it might be. I
Okay,
think it needs to be clear, you know,
Alright.
explained.
We might also have to look into, because I just don't remember off the top of my head, if the legislation passed, whether or not we can spend county dollars on that. Like you said, printing something, there was something in legislation this year that was going to
okay.
ban that from happening, and I don't remember if it passed or not. I'm thinking it didn't, but I'm not 100%.
Well, you think even a flyer about
Yeah,
it?
it was, you
It was
could do nothing.
specific, so all we can do is talk.
What if I pay for it?
Good.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway.
You'll want to go through the attorney if that,
Okay.
if the legislation
Let's find out
passed.
through the attorney.
Let's see what we can do, if we've gotta do it,
Okay.
how we do it.
Yeah, you
Because
guys
I
will
think
just,
it would be informational, it would be very important to have people.
We could
No.
probably contribute some funding.
I would just check with the attorney on all of that before, I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
Can,
I don't
will you
know
do
if it
that for
has
us, or do you want?
no, you guys will need to do that probably.
Okay. With what? We need to do that publicly?
No, you probably, I said you guys
Oh.
will need to do that probably.
Okay.
Russ, you got anything quick or?
You mean- You mean to
Don't
contact,
stand in the door, come on in.
you mean, you want us to
Plenty of
contact the
seats.
attorney regarding these two
Sound like you're
things?
getting ready to fire or
Well, I
something.
would just make sure that legislation, I don't know if it passed, I just don't remember. Just before we go spending county dollars and then do all this work and find out that we did something wrong. I know there's legislation out there that. was-
County dollars related to sales tax,
No, related to any ballot question. I
any ballot
believe.
initiative,
I
okay,
think that was the wording.
Okay.
okay, you wanna send it, or you want me to do that?
Go for it.
Okay,
You
so-
got a better handle on it. I think you worded it
And
more.
then if it did pass, if someone personally gave money or another group, I'm not an attorney, I couldn't tell you if that would fly or not. I don't remember if it passed, I know it was a thing, so.
Okay.
So you're an iffy. So have you, at the county fair, like I know there's those buildings, do you want a table in there, do you
Mhm.
think?
I would think so. We
Can
can just set it up.
Do we have to pay for that,
I think, yeah,
for a table in there?
$20, $25.
You'd set up outside the EMS headquarters. Not
That
have to
could
pay.
work. Set it over by the trailer you guys have, or the emergency management trailer.
Is it shady? I was looking for shade.
Well, he'll have shade, he'll put a tent up for you.
Yeah.
Well, we're,
At least have an opportunity for a breeze out there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, cause there's no breeze in those sheds.
So, I mentioned, Carl, I was at the fire district meeting, Bennington Fire District meeting last week, and they said that they rescinded that $250 for the calls. How can
Yeah.
they do that? Do you wanna come talk to just a
I need to check in for
minute?
sure exactly what happened, but it sounds like there was some entity at the state level that it didn't go through for final approval that it was supposed to. That's just what I was hearing. I have not officially looked and seen what happened, but it sounded like
So it has to go through them and that could, or will go through if that goes.
it will eventually,
Okay.
I'm sure. It's just one of those
So
deals
it's just
that
pushed back, that it's not
somebody
gonna
didn't
start
sign
July
off on it, I
1st?
think that was supposed to, but don't quote me on that, but that's kinda what I.
Alright,
You just got quoted, you're on TV, audio.
they couldn't hear him.
Oh.
Okay, Shelby?
Alright, so it was brought to my attention that you guys feel that the budget that I presented should be cut, so I just wanted to come up and talk to you guys and feel what you guys were feeling as well as get some input. So I just wanted to ask why you feel that my budget should be cut 2,000, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I just wanted to get an idea of where you guys thought it should be cut to.
Well, we kind of expected everybody, we asked everybody to come in flat, and pretty much everybody did. And so that's why we did it.
Okay. So I just have a little feedback. Last year my budget from my proposed was cut from 104,800 to 92,600. Most of the cuts were made in the salary line, but my school and travel as well as my supply line was cut. So that was like a $12,000 loss for my department. I believe it is important to have money for school and travel funds to educate myself more to better help my office. I also believe if I better myself with learning opportunities, then I'm only bettering my department as well as our community. I did add money to my capital outlay this year in case something happens in my office. I must account for natural disasters, tech malfunctions, or anything that may come up. I don't think we can just depend on my Register of Deeds tech fund to help offset those costs if something comes up. I plan to utilize my tech fund to do archiving projects, purchase additional roller shelves, and a plaque cabinet when needed. My budget has a general increase of $6,460 this year. A little less than half of it was used for salaries, excuse me, and $1,560 of it is used for the Laredo membership, which will be used as an in and out, but I have to have the budget authority for that. In conclusion, I believe that I have set my budget very tight for the knowledge I currently have, and am only asking for a general increase of $1,900. This number does not include the salary increase or the in and out for Laredo.
Well, just to give a general overview, like Scott said, we presented to the department heads, we wanted everybody to come in flat. And we had 15 budgets that came in flat or less than last year. And we had 4 increases, but those were due to contractual budget obligations like solid waste or the computer stuff. Those were contractual, so you look at those 4. So then we looked at there's 6 remaining that had increases. And 3 of those, we asked them to roll it back to flat. And so, and when I look at your budget, I understand you say everything's going up, but every single department head could have said that. And so your budget went up like 5.2%. If every department raised it 5.2%, we'd have to levy another $460,000. So I guess the fact that we didn't make you roll back to flat and we said just reduce it by $2,000, we showed you a lot of grace. We can't discount the efforts all our other departments made and say, oh, but your department, well, she has to deal with increased postage. Well, so do all them. Or you want to do school travel. Well, so do they. So I'm just trying to be consistent, or
Right.
we're trying to be consistent. We showed you grace in that we didn't roll it back to flat. We just asked you to reduce it by $2,000.
And that's why I asked, where do you think I should cut it from? Because unfortunately, I feel like I did a really tight budget with what I was asked to accomplish.
If that was given to me, what I would do, I would reduce capital outlay probably by $750 and supplies by $500 and school and travel by $750 to get to the $2,000. That's what I would do. But we were trying to also give you the opportunity to make those adjustments. I know in the past that you haven't always been given that. And so we were trying to give it back to the department heads that we asked, and we made recommendations in other departments as well where we would recommend the cut. We could have left yours open, but that's where I would put it.
And what was your recommendation?
Well, I would reduce capital outlay by $750, and I would reduce supplies by $500, and school and travel by $750, and that would make $2,000.
School and travel $250.
School and travel $750, and the reason why I reduced that is because I know you went to Chicago this year, but I didn't think you'd have to go to Chicago every year.
I mean, it's an opportunity that's going to be presented every year.
Well, but we don't usually send people across the country on school and travel. usually they're in the state of Kansas.
That was for the new software that I got, and
I
that's
know,
been
and
teaching me how to better use that to better help us.
I understand that, and that's why I think we agreed that, to let you bump that up in 26.
That wasn't necessarily an option on the table in 26. I knew that it could be about, but the school and travel was increased because I'm still a new department head. I would like to participate in KAC. I would love to go to the Fiddler Conference again. I also would like to have the opportunity to be able to participate in KAC's, I think it's called the Foundation, they just changed the name, yeah, Foundation of Government. They can actually give you a certificate if you participate in so many of those leadership classes. And they help you like learn budgets, go over even just bettering myself like a human resource person as a manager. This is the first time that I've ever truly managed an employee. So,
Well, I guess that's why, we give it back to you and say, where would you like to cut?
okay. I just wanted it to be on note that I feel like I did it as tight as possible with the understanding that I have, and if no one comes up here and talks about it, so.
All right,
Well,
okay. Russ? Are you here just to watch?
I'm just here to watch.
Won't you sit down? I don't,
Because I'm the only one on.
make me nervous.
I'm the only one on today, Scott, so if I have to run, I don't wanna run when you guys are in.
I've never seen you run out of here.
he might be here because I sent him an email, said I was gonna talk about a couple of things at the meeting.
Well,
Is that why
now I
you're here?
understand.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I wanted to give him a heads up, and so he appears.
That's nice, he appeared. Talk about him then.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so since I just found out about that unified fleet leasing agreement, I just wanted to, I know this is gonna surprise you, Scott, I wanted to tie all the numbers together, because we have, because we've been having those payments go through AP.
Right.
And I just wanted to make sure that the lease amount tied to after all those payments were received.
Mhm.
And what we figured out is that I contacted, Sheriff asked me to go ahead and contact United Fleet Leasing directly, so I did. And I found out that 3 of the payments that we had approved in AP had never been applied to the loan balance. So then we went down to Jody and Tammy's office, and they haven't cleared the bank. So now Terry and the sheriff are trying to figure out where those payments went. And once they find them, or if they don't find them, they'll have to make that decision either to credit it back to their capital expense account or apply those monies to the loan balance outstanding to draw it down. I was just trying to tie all the pieces together.
So, is this,
I didn't ask her to. She took it upon herself to do it, and I don't wanna upset anybody to the apple cart. There are 3 checks that have not been cashed yet. This is.
Do you wanna come over here?
As you know, cause you signed it, Scott, this is a yearly lease.
right,
The year lease don't start until the 1st of 2027. So those 3 checks, one way or the other, will be either credited back to our account in our capital outlay where they come out of, or they'll credit it towards the lease, according to what I've talked to the bank already. And therefore, our final yearly cost will go down.
well, as long as they do that,
Yeah.
Right.
right.
And also, I want to remind you that there is a grant that I applied for the purpose of the upfitting of these vehicles. Therefore, it might go down significantly if we was to get this grant, hopefully. But we won't know that until the first of the year. So technically, they gave us a
the lease is what it is present as far as, or current as far as what we're gonna be paying, or what is a suggested current payment. When those other 3 checks are either put into the account or credited back to us, depends on what it, if it goes down or stays the same right now. That make sense?
Kind of. I mean.
So there's 3 checks that we
Right,
wrote
I understand that.
that, when the past leases were done, the 3 of them, this is before the new one,
Mhm.
they just was not cashed or submitted to the bank yet. We don't.
I don't understand how they do that, but.
Well, because they just aren't there. I mean, we
Mean like
sent
they
them
don't-
out.
They don't have them?
No, right.
Maybe
They-
they're lost in the mail or?
One was in April, it's 1 check for 2 payments in April, and then one was issued June 9th, so they may not have received it yet in the mail.
But the April
Of when
should
this all
be.
was talking about.
It was a double payment on 1 check. The weird thing about the April payment really is that we approved 3 payments on that day. 1 check was written for 1 of the payments and 1 check was written for 2 of the payments. The 1 payment check cleared, the 2 payment check hasn't cleared yet. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is a little bit odd.
Which is part of the reason that I wanted to go to one
Right.
lease, one payment once a
Right.
year instead of this every month for 3 years and 3 different leases. That just,
Right.
to me, that makes
Simplifies
absolute,
things.
right,
Right.
all the way across the board. So
Well, how do we keep an eye on whether they?
we're looking into it. We're gonna find out where the checks are. If they can't find them, then we'll just have Jody cancel them.
On the upfitting grant, will that just be applied to the lease? They won't break out
Yes.
the upfitting cost?
Right.
Or we'll just apply that?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be applied to the lease itself,
Yeah.
cause that's what it's part of, the upfitting.
Okay.
Okay.
So I did meet with Terry on Friday, and she's taking it from here. So I just
Okay.
wanted you to know
That's fine.
what I'd like
Anything
to
else?
stir up a hornet's nest, yeah. So, and then the other thing was that, that these vehicles that were sold, this was the, vehicle bill of sale that was applied against the loan balance. So, you know, we had the loan outstanding, and then they took these 6 vehicles
Mhm.
and they applied that and reduced the loan payment by it. And I just, you know, when I look at these loan amounts, I thought the sale price amounts, I thought they're one and the same. One is for Dwayne.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was.
But, I just thought the amounts were low, and I went and talked to the, sheriff about it, and, he explained that the something about the Dodge engines, the 5.7s are
If we
bad.
would've sold our newest ones, which is what when we first started this, I was gonna do, the newer Tahoe, which would be a 26, they would've given us $40,000. With 5-year-old vehicles, they're not 3-year-old vehicles, and the rest of them were over 5 or older. But I kept both of the 26 Tahoes. One I moved because we were going to need one anyways because we were selling our old transport. I moved one of those into our transport. So I kept that one, and the other one we kept was for part-time / civil paper service. And we put a new motor in it, and I didn't feel that the county was going to gain anything by selling it. We was going to keep it and just run it till it.
Pretty
drops.
obvious that
When you say-
resale on, GM vehicles is about like resale on John Deere
Yeah,
tractor.
it's above the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what, if
So
you remember,
probably
the
had
guy
not
from the
be getting
leasing
Dodges anymore.
the guy from the leasing company
Right,
strongly encourages to buy Chevy
right,
for that reason.
right.
I don't see, you said a 26 Tahoe.
They
uh,
kept
It's-
it.
That we kept both of
Oh,
those.
you
We
both of
kept
them.
both of
So they were
those.
not for sale?
They were not for
Yeah,
sale.
Okay.
We
So that's how we
sold,
got the
we
6.
sold, 23 Tahoes, two 23 Tahoes,
You're doing it.
221 Tahoes,
Right. and a
2 23
Dodge.
Dodges,
Yeah.
and then the Charger, which would have been
21,
the 21, and then the Ford Explorer.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see too much wrong with these prices because No, because they, I mean, the off-brand, in my opinion, they don't ever bring
And I might mention
Well,
also that,
those Tahoes though, you think that,
a 21,
well, you know what I did?
so that's 5 years old.
Yeah, I pulled up online prices, and I understand those aren't sales prices, but I pulled up online prices for
You-
those vehicles, and they were a lot higher than those.
But are these still outfitted?
well, and that's part of it. Number
When
one, you cannot,
unoutfit 'em,
you can't price online a law enforcement vehicle, number one, because it's not the same. There's nothing, it's different than your mom and pop truck that you drive to the grocery store. These vehicles are not driven like that, unfortunately. We have to drive them differently because it's our job. Therefore, they're beat pretty bad. No doubt about it. And that, you can ask any agency, it's the same thing. We do keep them the best we can as far as care, because it's our office. The other thing that you note is these vehicles were upfitted to an extent where they had lettering on them and they had lights. Typically, when we sell them, or we've sold them in the past, all that stuff has to come off, Carla. So you're talking about more expense or more time with our department to pull the decals off and the stuff that needs to help us remove the decals. And then to tear apart the dashes and hope and pray that we get
Center
everything put back
column.
together, that, because there's
Center-
wires run everywhere.
center column.
This is the first time since I've been working here that we haven't had to remove any of those. None.
Yeah, well, it's just, like I said, I pulled up other vehicles the same years, the same mileage, and it seemed like they were higher prices than those sales prices.
Absolutely would have loved to have made more than that.
You can't compare
I
them
just-
because of the way they've been treated, honestly. I'm no offense, but they're,
I agree. It,
I mean,
you're talking, when we go to calls, if it's an emergency call, it's over 100 mile an hour. If we get in a chase, we're doing stuff that is just crazy. If we get a call for
through the median.
weather median out on county roads,
curbs.
just,
I don't see anything wrong.
unfortunately, they're beat to death.
I just wouldn't buy any of these other off-brands.
No, and we're trying to stay away from
Yeah.
those because it does not benefit the county to buy the other
Cheap.
type
Yeah.
of vehicles.
Do you know, Russ, will this company take the stuff out, the sirens and the lights and so forth, and of course they'll peel the decals, or will they sell it to another?
No, the
law
the
enforcement?
decals will come off,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
As far as the lights and stuff like that, I couldn't tell
I
you.
didn't know if they'd sell to another
In the
entity.
I know that these went to Chicago, and previous sales that we've had that went to Chicago, they went to taxi services,
Taxi.
which means that company will have to tear up all the stuff before they can run it down the road,
Yeah.
because it's illegal regardless in the state, United States, to run with decals and lights and everything. Well,
Right.
you can leave them in there, but you can't run them,
So somebody's gonna have to un-upfit it.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have,
Is there a market for other public entities like law enforcement, say in a city or whatever, the small towns that might say?
Yeah,
It's
I-
okay to have an 80,000 mile vehicle.
And I tried that,
Uh,
and my connections I got a hold of at the time, they were working with me and trying to find another entity that was
I'm just
interested in
gonna
those.
tell you that I've been involved with somebody that bought vehicles at auctions for a long, long time. And he always told me maybe 10,000, 10,000 if it's a police vehicle, and not gonna give that.
Well, if you're fortunate enough to get like one of the Brass's vehicles that just goes to and from the office from home, then
Right.
maybe you'd be fortunate enough to find one that's
Not
not
like
beat to death.
ambulances that are terribly expensive.
Well, theirs just broke down the other day, so,
But
I mean,
they don't, the resale on them's
yeah.
terrible.
Well, I just remember, I read in the presentation that they gave us that they said they would get 15 to 20% higher than the typical municipal auction amounts. That's what they said in their presentation. And the other thing that scares me is, and we had this discussion,
Mhm.
is that after the 3 years, are we gonna still make more than the outstanding loan amount? And when I look at these numbers, they scare me that we're not gonna make.
They're Chevys, number one, and number two, the two Chevys that sold, Carla, were 17 and how much?
19 and
Yeah.
26.
So you're talking, those are 5 years old with
I
over
understand.
100,000 miles. These will be 3-year-old vehicles with 70 at the most on them.
I understand, but it just makes me a little fearful that
I-
we're not gonna meet that equity number that's still
Well, we
outstanding.
can't worry about that right now. We can worry about it, but we're gonna have to wait and find out.
This is the first time ever doing anything like this. I think it is a good deal. I think that it'll save the county money. I mean, if we can still continue to get grants and stuff for upfitting and whatever I can wiggle in there, then I'll do it.
So,
And if it don't work, then we have to try something else.
so when we get these, is there any way we can make these vehicles available to our employees before we sell them?
No. These
Well,
vehicles?
Even like, well, I'm just thinking even like that Explorer,
It's not a regular,
I mean, so as far as the county keeping them,
no, county employees.
sell them to the county employees.
Yeah.
I
have a-
cannot do that. Absolutely not. No way, no how. Personally sell them? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I just
The
meant,
county department
Okay,
sells
so
them.
yes, that, if that agency or that department wants to buy them, I thought you were talking about selling to personal. No,
Well, can you personally sell it to an individual?
no,
In the
absolutely
county,
not.
even if it's
No.
unupfitted and everything?
I can sell it to another entity within the county, fire departments, other departments, but to a personal individual, no. I can't sell anything that is county-owned to an individual. They can buy it at an auction. And the reason that is they can't come back and say, I sold it for this price, cheaper than anybody else to Dwayne because I like Dwayne, or I want a favor, Dwayne's going to, do me some favors within the department.
well, you could
No.
make that into a bid process within the employees.
No.
Could we list it on
Okay.
Purple Wave or whatever?
We've done that.
If it's
Pur-
decommissioned.
We did Purple Wave, it was a pain in the butt. We did, that government, that site that Heather was part of, that it was a pain in the butt too. And I know Chris still uses Purple Wave, and I've got the government dude coming in next week for the cameras and stuff that we took down to see if we can make a couple dollars off of them that are in my basement, that I'm just not gonna throw them away.
let's just see what happens here.
Okay.
We have to
Yeah.
try
Yep,
stuff, and if it doesn't work, then it was wrong.
trial and error.
There's nothing, it's just, there's a lot of things going on in this world, but a lot of money spent to try to do our best to get it
Yep.
done right.
Okay.
You have the blue envelope still?
Purple?
Purple, yeah, I'll put that in there for you, please.
You call this blue?
Yeah, I'm colorblind. Tammy?
My only comment is just to remind you, there is no meeting on the 29th, as it'll be the 5th Monday of the month.
What is it, is that
Yep.
next week?
So no meeting next week.
Interesting.
So the next time Scott Lloyd will be here with, budget discussion on the 6th. That will be the next meeting after the 29th, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Okay. Dwayne, you got any comments?
Not really, I just wanna express appreciation of what the road and bridge guys have been through, what they're going through, what they're doing, and I'm sure they're doing their best. I've been out and about and seen vehicles traveling the county, looking at stuff, and wanna give them a pat on the back.
Yeah, I'll second that. There are so many, there's not a road, I don't think, that doesn't need something done to it.
Right.
And, I was on a lot of them on Saturday, and I just want, they just need to keep plugging away. Something else I was gonna, go ahead. Let me think about what I was gonna talk about.
Okay, well, anyway, I just, again, I'm gonna meet with, North Central Flint Hills on a Zoom meeting Wednesday morning. I did ask for their latest Form 990 and a copy of their bylaws and financial statements and stuff, just so I get an understanding. But I am grateful they have a cook plan for starting tomorrow, so that's a blessing.
Is that right, Mr. Plummer?
Pardon me?
Is that right? Have a new cook?
Last word I got,
Okay.
And then,
that Ann would be here on Tuesday to work with that young gal.
oh, good. I did meet with the Bennington Fire District Board and discuss their budget with them, and, I kind of went over the Kansas statutes and budget authority and trying to make sure that they are under the same budget authority as we are. I think in the past, I believe in the past that, keeping their operating account, which is under budget authority, separate than their capital outlay account, has not always been a priority. And so when I meet with the fire districts, I try to make them understand, because they have to, they're under our jurisdiction and we're under this jurisdiction of the budget authority laws. So I tried to, again, clarify that. And I did meet with, the Minneapolis Fire Chief, thank you, Russ. And, we got pretty much hammered out. I think I have something to send to him today for the budget for the Minneapolis. I'm grateful for that. I know, there's a lot of hero stories from the storm, and, I just wanna point one out, and that's in Bennington, because when I went to that meeting, I found out that the Bennington EMS stayed at the building even when they had no power. The 2.5 days, they stayed there 24/7. And, during that time, they said the building got up to 94 degrees. But also during that time, someone came to the EMS building who didn't have any power and didn't have cell service and needed help. So if they had not been at that station, that person wouldn't have received help. So I just, it's a blessing that they put that much devotion to their, caring for their people. So those employees were, I asked, Tony who their employees were, and it was Mary Swetson, Rex Lockridge, Alyssa Stevens, Sam Laffery, Ryan Murphy, and April Ades. So I just wanna thank them for being there, especially for that one person that came in, but also to be on call the whole time. And again, I know there's lots of hero stories within our communities. I came across in my pending file, Scott, about that LP, our sanitation guy. Remember you were gonna follow up about the
LPG.
sanitary code?
LEPG.
Yeah. Remember we were gonna find out if, I have a pending file, and it was whether we needed to, officially choose to go with the sanitary code of Smith Center. You know, ours was dated '01, and you were gonna follow up with that? I just reminding you, that's all I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, and the other thing, Dwayne and I was looking at those 3D homes. And so those are the strangest things. Did you see them being built?
No, I
Did you
didn't.
watch the videos?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
well,
how they pour
yeah.
the concrete
Yeah.
around it? And I'm thinking, if they have some break in the water line, are they gonna have to bust through concrete?
So they said they're gonna fill that close to Topeka and out. You think they'll get out this far?
Maybe not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
how
think
it's
it's
gonna catch
interesting
on.
though.
What catch on? I don't remember if it was cheaper. Was it more economical?
Well,
Sturdier?
that's how I don't know how much it cost to build a house. Those were $165,000.
That's cheap.
And, but they were all rounded corners. Did you know that they're very modular looking, modern looking? Kind of different. I mean, do we send that out to builders that we know of and say, hey, we just received this information?
Mhm.
Is that who we do, we do?
I think it's up to,
I think I've got a meeting at North Central Regional Planning, and I think that maybe Keegan Bailey would be a good resource for that, to kind of get her take on it, because she's in the housing industry.
yeah,
She's in touch with it.
right.
So,
How we get that information out to
Yeah.
people?
yeah.
Okay, well, that's all I got.
I would like to point out to various, what do I say, communities within the county that I think there's grants that could be written that could get, a generator.
I was just getting ready to,
Yeah,
thanks a lot, you stole my thunder.
Well, I will just say that if we could fix the buildings so that they're generator capable, you know, have the plug on the side. When I was visiting with Marie and Miller during that time frame, one of them said, we can get generators from Topeka that will run a building. They will come right out here with it, plug it in, if the building is capable of doing that. So I think we need to encourage.
Fire departments.
Right, Bennington, maybe the Ada Community Building, the Tesca Fire Department, or something.
Well, I think the
that
fire
have-
departments are needed probably first because there were a lot of them couldn't get their doors up.
True.
Well, Bennington,
You know,
couldn't get their doors up, and,
here.
You have you do? That's good.
Yeah.
you have what?
Backup, battery backup,
Yeah,
a generator.
yeah.
so I'm thinking Bennington would be really, at the meeting, they were talking about buying a generator, so they
Yeah.
need to reach out to Marie and Miller and Marie
Yeah, I think so.
about grants.
Yeah, let's see if
I
they
was
can.
wondering how long it'd take to get here from Topeka.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and
Might
maybe
be.
the grant would just be written with the idea of hiring a local contractor. That's what I did at my house. I hired a local electrician, he put in the goof-proof switch, and I generated my own power for 3.5 days. And no problem, lots of gas, but it's not cheap, but
Well, did you buy the generator?
yes, it's
Oh,
my
okay.
generator.
But you're saying that there's generators available like for fire districts?
That, well, for community entities in a disaster situation like that. I would encourage them to apply for a grant for the renovation of their electrical entrance so that they could plug in a generator and then buy a generator, apply for another grant, you know, the money is out there, let's use it, let's bring it home.
I think it'd be a good idea. You don't need it till you need it.
Yeah, mine sat there unused for 6 months, went down, pushed the button, fired it up.
There was a young man at that meeting, I believe his name was Ryan, so maybe it was Ryan Murphy from this list of who was there. And he was looking into grants, but you think he should go through emergency management? Do you think they have more expertise in getting this grant?
I would think so. I think
Okay.
Marie's the wizard at writing grants. And,
Well, I'll direct them to emergency management then.
yeah. Now, Ryan, who was it that you were talking about? Ryan, who?
I think, well, Ryan Murphy, I had this list from Tony about, he served, during the, when there was no power.
Yeah.
But there was a gentleman at the meeting, the fire district meeting, and his name was Ryan, and he had all these different types of grant applications.
Mhm.
But I don't think he went through emergency management, so I'll tell him to reach out that way too.
Yeah, see, if we had the generator at the Bennington Fire Station, it could be used for a shelter or for a
Well, that's what they were talking
cooling
about,
station, yeah.
if you get a big enough generator to do
Yeah.
that.
Same with Tesket and wherever, you know, the communities need to suck together and decide what we got. Also, I think we've got a debrief meeting coming up tomorrow night
Mhm.
with, Emergency Management Department about
Yeah, I
what.
plan to be there.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be there, Scott? So I guess we need to make that notice
Yeah,
that we're all
I don't
gonna be
remember
there.
what time it was, do you?
It's at 6:30 in the
6:30,
basement.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna bring up. Generators.
I don't wanna steal any.
You don't
more
need
thunder.
them. That's all, that's what, I mean,
So,
they're expensive, and you don't need them till you need them,
And they gotta be maintained.
you know.
so these grants that you're referring to are basically like fire districts?
I don't honestly know what she was referring to. I heard the buzzword dropped, grant, I tuned in on that and said, we need to pursue that. So I think the emergency management people here could fine tune that and get after it.
Mhm.
on their long list of things they've got to do.
Yeah.
I guess the fire district is the most logical to have a cooling station when you think about it, because they need the power the worst, so, in the communities.
That, or the senior center in Bennington was one place that I thought of could be, I don't even know if it's air conditioned. I think it is.
It is air conditioned,
Yeah.
you know, I thought of that as well.
The point is, I think that the communities need to draw together and make a decision where this could be best utilized for each community. It's gonna look different in each town. Like the Bennington, fire station, maybe it's the community building in Ada or Tescott, wherever it might be, you know, if they have a community building. But they need to draw together and get this initiative started and apply for the grants, and maybe they'll wind up with a generator and the wiring to do it. And then the next time we have a power outage, they'll fire it up and they have a cooling station. Somebody doesn't have to drive in from Ada to charge their battery on their phone, that type of thing, so.
Yeah, well, he was on it, this young man from EMS, he was on it, so I'll reach out to them again.
Okay,
Okay.
excellent.
Well, I don't have any more. Take a motion to adjourn.
I would second that motion.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?